So the 8 mandatory poses don't matter that much anymore nowadays, with overall flow being a more important factor, whatever that means. And I say to that, do you guys want me and other YouTube channels to just stop doing these comparisons at all? Should we just upload a picture of them hitting the front relax to see who's got the better flow and just close the subject entirely? Whoever is winning more mandatories is the closest thing we have to a unit of measurement when it comes to judging bodybuilding shows, and even though deciding who's winning a certain pose and why is still highly subjective, at least it is something we can have a conversation around. Otherwise, the judges could very well choose whoever they like more without explaining any criteria, which is totally wrong in my opinion at least. We need more transparency. As the fans who are paying for their tickets, who are buying their pay-per-views, want to know more. Moreover, the competitors need to know what the criteria are more than any bodybuilding fan after all, because they're putting the work to please the judges. I find it very convenient for the nowadays judges. They can always find an explanation for their decisions, but always after the show is over. They never say beforehand what they are looking for. Sometimes the criteria is size, other times conditioning. In 1997, Dorian won more mandatories, apparently that was the criteria. In 2021, Hadi was too small to beat Ramy or Brandon, interesting criteria. Then Sean Clarida beats Sergio and Regan Grimes, and all of the sudden conditioning is more important, even though the other two guys were almost literally double the size of him. And nowadays, it's overall flow. You hear everybody talking about overall flow now. Didn't Samson and Andrew had better overall flow than Ramy at the 2022 Mr. Olympia? How come they both finished behind him? And how come they both beat Ramy at the Arnold Classic a week ago when Ramy was much more improved since the Olympia than any of them? And this is open bodybuilding after all. We have the classic physique if you want to see great aesthetic physiques. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that aesthetics shouldn't be rewarded in open, but since when overall flow is more important than overall mass on men's open bodybuilding? Should we start to treat bodybuilding as it was the WWE? Whatever the writers want to show us, we should simply accept? I thought bodybuilding was a competition, not a scripted series like Raw or SmackDown. And I know that nowadays, not only in bodybuilding, but in our day-to-day life, there is this stupid idea that unless you are qualified, you cannot have an opinion about something. The weather is so beautiful today, you would claim on a beautiful Sunday in May, and very soon people would ask for your meteorology diploma. You have to be a specialist nowadays. Superset man, you're not a judge. Okay, let's just leave the judges to do what they want then. And let's stop asking any questions, they just know better. I find it funny that only less than 5 years ago everyone was excited when the people's vote was introduced and everybody wanted this vote to count for the Mr. Olympia title, and now you just have to be a judge to have an opinion? Screw this shit, man. No wonder Terminator just retired. He was talking about the judging system issues long time before me. Nothing really changed, unfortunately. And people like the Terminator, Nick Straight and Power, Marks, Max Muscle and others probably brought way more people close to this sport than their lame ass advertising and promotions. Okay, I kinda deviated from the main idea, which is we need a transparent criteria on how these bodybuilding shows are judged. Overall flow is not enough, and if you insist with that, Andrew Jack has arguably the better overall flow than Samson Dauda, and he was more conditioned too. So what the hell are you talking about? And this is not a hit on Samson Dauda. I'm not saying he didn't have to win or he didn't deserve the win. I want to know exactly why he won, that's all. And if there's a reason he won, how come that reason was not obvious just 2 months ago at the Olympia when he finished behind Ramy? Why did Hadi beat Derek at the Olympia? Why did Brandon beat Ramy and Samson and Andrew Jack at the Olympia? In my opinion, my non-expert opinion, there should be a certain level of conditioning and a certain level of overall mass that bodybuilders have to possess in order to be in the discussion of winning a show, and from there, the 8 mandatory poses should make the difference. Simple. Let me know what you guys think about this subject in the comment section below. Like this video and subscribe if you appreciate my work. Thank you and see you soon.